Hello, welcome to the Bear Pit TV. I'm Chris Pajak from the Redmen TV, and I'm here to give us strengths and weaknesses on Liverpool Football Club. So what we're going to do first and foremost, we're just going to go through the side. We're going to look at the individual, maybe the group as a whole, maybe the defence, stuff like that. So we're going to start. The goalkeeper that I think is going to start is Simon Mignolet. We've had a couple of high-profile areas from the young keeper, Lloris Karius. He's been sort of taken out of the firing line, and Simon Mignolet's taken his position in goal, and he's looked solid. 2 clean sheets in his last 2 games. And we've scored 4 goals in that time, so he looks like he finally looks like he's becoming a part. It's a small sample size, though, I'll give you that. Then you know a lot about our back four. Nathaniel Klein, Dejan Lovren, Klavan's been playing, and James Milner at left back. So our best defender is really Joel Matip. He's touch and go whether he makes it, but if he does, I strongly suspect that it'll be something like that instead. Now, these guys have got a good partnership. Joel Matip, I don't know whether you know, we picked him up from the Bundesliga, from Stoke in the summer, and we got him on a free, and he's been tremendous. He's huge, he's a calming influence, he likes to play the ball back, ball out from defence and stuff like that, so a really great player. But this man here, 31-year-old Estonia captain, Ragnar Klavan, has come in and taken up the same mantle. Lovren's a bit more of your last-ditch tackle, boot the ball out, get rid type of a player, and Klavan and Matip are a little bit more, you know what, we'll take our time, we'll play a nice pass into midfield and we'll build the attack from there. James Milner on the left-hand side has been phenomenal this season. He's slotted in at left-back. He's a midfielder by trade, but we play with such high full-backs that James Milner ends up getting the ball just as much as our centre midfielders, and that's why that position kind of suits him. He has had a tendency to struggle against the quicker wingers, so there is an option there. If you've got anyone on the right hand side who can get down and in and around him, then he might have a little bit of a struggle. But on the other side, no worries about Nathaniel Klein. Top draw right back, for me, one of the best in the country. Our defensive midfielder has been our captain, Jordan Henderson. He's been phenomenal this season. You know, more passes than anybody in the Premier League. He's controlling the game. He's the fulcrum. Everything comes through him. He switches it. We move play. He's been sensational. Adam Lallana has been dropped back into midfield. He's been really good as well. And then we've had a choice, really, of Emre Can or Gini Wijnaldum in the centre to partner them. Now, these guys, for me, I like Wijnaldum in there, but he's getting into positions in the box where he's not scoring goals, and that's one of the things that we aimed at Joe Allen actually last season. And you've seen Joe Allen yourselves, who's now a number 10, and for us, he couldn't shoot when he got into the box. It all started with a miss in the derby, and it was a terrible miss 6 yards out, and he never recovered from that. But he's been reborn at Stoke, and fair play to him. I like seeing players go on and do well at other clubs, especially ones that I like anyway. So I'm not sure who will start. Emre Can's been getting goals. If he's fit, he's coming back from injury, maybe he'll get the start, but you know what, I'll leave Gini Wijnaldum in there. Sadio Mane we bought for £34 million from, yes, you guessed it, Southampton. Roberto Firmino's been our number 1 striker this season, and obviously we've had Phil Coutinho playing on the left hand side. Now, I don't think he's going to be fit for the game, so it's not really worth talking about him. Divock Origi, before the derby, had scored 5 in 5 for us, and we've been playing sort of Firmino over here on the left hand side. Now, Daniel Sturridge comes on in the derby. Again, he's been injured. He's now played a total of 26 plus 18, 44 minutes for us in December since we signed him. 18 of those were in the derby last week, 8 of those were in extra time. This is how bad this guy's injury record has been, but he comes on, affects the game, hits the post, Mane scores the winner, 94th minute. So I wonder whether we might see a return to Daniel Sturridge up top, because we've got a big game, not to overlook you guys. We've got a massive game against Manchester City on New Year's Eve as well. I'd personally like to see Roberto Firmino up top, maybe give Divock a little bit of a run on the left-hand side, but they can quite easily just swap. And this is the thing with Liverpool this season. The fluidity, you will see Mane pop up on the right hand side and Firmino swap, and you'll see this a lot, and that's what's made us so difficult to play against, because when teams go man to man against us, they're not sure whether they're supposed to be attacking the man, whether somebody else is running into that space. What we've seen a lot of this season is Roberto Firmino coming on, Adam Lallana with the ball, and then the right winger hitting that space, and that's when the pass comes in, when the centre-back's pulled over Roberto Firmino. That's what I've liked to see this season. It's why Liverpool have been playing so well, but it kind of runs through this guy without Phil Coutinho. This guy's sort of charged with running up and down here, Henderson's patrolling here like that, and Adam Lallana's given a free licence to just go anywhere he wants and pick up space, little pockets of space. What Everton did really well against Adam Lallana was actually man-to-man marking. And he struggled a little bit with that, and he ended up dropping a little bit deeper to get the ball, and we weren't as effective going forward. So I suppose there's our strengths. Our weaknesses, I believe, is that, you know, you can get at the defence. If you start throwing balls into Simon Mignolet, will he be able to deal with it? Long balls into the box, shots that bounce in front of our goalkeepers, and then you're relying on these two being the first to react. That we've struggled with that this season, especially against Bournemouth and West Ham United. But yeah, pace down the right-hand side, and then, you know, again, it's something that Liverpool has struggled with since the dawn of time, at least the Premier League, is low block teams. When people come and park the bus, we are finding it a little bit more difficult to break them down. I think this season is the first time that we've actually been able to play through low block teams, but without Phil Coutinho, we've certainly struggled, and we're just starting to show that we're finding our groove without Phil Coutinho. But he's been a massive miss for us, because I'm not saying he's world class yet, but he's been playing at a world class level this season, and I think you can only become world class when you've played at that level for at least the season, whereas Coutinho's been a bit up and down throughout his Liverpool career. Anyway, if you've liked the video, do give it a like on the Bear Pit TV. Subscribe to him if you want to see more Liverpool content and more Liverpool versus Stoke content specifically. Come over to the Redmen TV. We've got an uncensored match build-up show, about 20 minutes long, talking about the game and the run-up to the game. We've got a starting 11 prediction show from me. We've got a Pro Evo predictor as well. So yeah, come over, enjoy that, sub to the channel, and don't forget as well, have a nice Christmas.